Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 8, Episode 3, Heaven is a Place in Potomac. We're still at the housewarming. Wendy, she's explaining what Osu is to Ashley. Back at the table, Mia's checking in with Robin, seeing how she's doing. Robin, of course, is just like, well, I knew y'all was gonna come with the questions, and she's fine with that. She had a conversation with Ashley, Giselle, and Charisse, and Giselle mentioned that, you know, Robin should be concerned about the optics and that Juan isn't concerned about the optics. He shouldn't be seen in public with other women, all of that. It just don't look good. And Giselle even tries to like interject and speak for herself. And Robin kind of cuts her down like, let me finish speaking. She got issues with that little meeting. I don't think she appreciated that. I don't think she appreciated the ambush or the intervention or whatever you want to call it. The come to Jesus moment. Anyway, Robin says she doesn't care about the optics. And so, you know, she feels sorry for the people wasting their precious time worrying about her boring life. Giselle was like, oh, okay, thank you for the update. Okay, she caught your shade and she'll do you one better. Okay. Giselle doesn't want, she clarifies that she doesn't want Robin to be mad because Robin is like, I know Giselle wants me to be mad. She's like, I don't want you to be mad. It's just, listen, girl, we just don't want you to be out here looking crazy. That's where we're at with it. Robin just don't care. That's where she's at with it. Karen chimes in and wait, hold on. Giselle. Sorry. Giselle chimes in and tells Karen that she owes Robin an apology. And so Karen is like, well, you know what? I do. And I feel like you owe me one. And so they go off and they have a sidebar conversation away from everybody. Ashley and Wendy end up rejoining the group. Ashley, you know, asks Wendy to share a little bit about her talk show. And of course, while she's sharing what it'll be about and all of that, Mia's sipping her drink, making faces. Giselle's sitting over there with the stank face. They don't want to hear about her show. But it's supposed to, you know, she talks about the fact that it'll be, you know, some intellectual pieces in there, but we're going to also have some ratchet. It's going to be, you know, and her targeted group basically ain't the women sitting at this table. And you can tell that Wendy's on guard because she's sitting at the table like this. So she's ready for whatever comes her way. This is her, you fire it at me, I'm going to fire it back posture. Mia says something. And, Mia says something about Wendy uplifting women and all of that. And, they start talking, you know, addressing their beef. And, Mia says, if you're about uplifting Wendy, then, if you're about uplifting women, then why won't you just uplift me, Wendy? And Wendy is like, girl, because you're slow. You're too low vibrational. I vibrate high, and that's just that. She said, you too low down in the dirt, girl. Too low down. I can't lift you up. Impossible. She's vibrating high. Sorry, girl. Karen and Robin, they talk. And they basically agree to disagree. You know, I ain't gonna bring no rumors about you. You ain't gonna bring no rumors about me. Nobody really was accountable. It was just like, well, it is what it is, girl. Robin was even on some, well, you started it. Anyway, that conversation went nowhere. Ineka and Robin, they have a sidebar. They live near each other. And so she says they're going to get together and have some cockies. Okay, girl. The ladies, they go inside. And while they're inside, Wendy invites Ashley. You know, the rest of the group is around, but she invites Ashley to her son's first communion. And, of course, That was a dig at the two individuals in the room that wanted to leave her out last season. Well, Robin mainly with her open invitation to everybody but Wendy when it came to her little whack ass family day barbecue. And it is some get back, and so what? You caught what it was, okay? So it did what it was supposed to do. We can move on from that. Candace, we see she's on tour. Then we see Robin and Juan out on a walk, pretending to like each other. Then we see Giselle and Grace go shopping. Grace is graduating soon. She's going to college. You know, she's finna be up out of there. Wendy, she's home with the kids. They're about to have their first communion, so she kind of preps them for it, sees if they're ready. They go and put their suits on and everything. They do a whole dress rehearsal in the house for the first communion. Eddie is wearing a shirt that says Happy Eddie. I know that's right. Y'all better monetize off that bullshit. You better. I hear, or at least I read somewhere, it might have been in somebody's comments, I don't know, that Eddie has a strain of marijuana. And you know what it's called? Happy Eddie. I believe so. And they're selling the shirts along, selling the merchandise along with that. I don't know, but if so, that is genius. Get money, bitch. Okay. Anyway. Let me see. Okay, Karen. Oh, wait. We see a conversation that she was this it's really null and void, but I'm not gonna not mention it. Wendy is talking to Eddie about who she invited to the communion. Of course, she invited Ashley, she invited Candace, Karen, and all of that. And she had a conversation with Ashley about Ineka. And they're both like, wow, that's crazy that she would, you know, come into the situation on that. Like, maybe you shouldn't be getting, you know, close to Ineka. They already, you know, it's just like, y'all are confused. Ashley set this whole thing up. Ashley set this whole thing up. Anyway, Karen, she drops by Mia's apartment. Gordon comes in just in time to take the kids off her hands so that they can, you know, have their girl time or whatever. She says that they had to pause the nanny, you know, listen, we understand. Karen, she brings up Wendy's invitation, you know, and how neither Mia or Giselle or Robin, you know, are invited. And Karen absolutely knew that it was a dig. Hold on, I feel like I got a sneeze coming on. I did. Karen felt like it was a dig towards Robin. You know, they probably just collateral damage. You know, she probably wouldn't have invited them anyway. Mia, she felt slighted, of course. And she also didn't like Wendy's comments about her being slow because her son has an IEP and he has a speech impediment, and you know, he sees a specialist about that, and I guess that has anything to do. I guess that has everything to do with what we talking about here. Mia, ain't nobody said nothing about your child. And see, you done brought up all of this. We didn't even know any of this about your son. And now you have told the entire world that your son has an IEP, and there's nothing wrong with your kids having an IEP. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, it is what it is. Matter of fact, if them people come to you and say your child needs an IEP, you go ahead and you sign on the dotted line and let them have an IEP. It can be for whatever for whatever reason. It's just an individual education plan, okay? And you done told the world about your son's situation, and we didn't even need to know all that. We didn't even you being slow and what he's dealing with are two separate things. It don't equate to him and what he got going on. Like, not at all. We talking about you and your slow ass, girl. Now she's offended. She's so ridiculous. triggered by everything, you know, just, she love to reach. She love to reach. Anyway, um, Karen says she ain't choosing a side. Karen like, well, I don't know Wendy to be. I know her to be kind and compassionate. So you listen. I'm sorry, girl. I ain't got nothing for you. She said, listen, when it comes to the fence that I'm straddling, I own it. I own it. So you can say what you want to say. I'm not throwing her under the bus just because you want to reach for the stars about this slow comment. Anyway, Candace is back from LA. She and Wendy meet for drinks, and another girl is joining them. Another girl that's a part of the cast. Her name is Kiarna. She actually has a business like 2 doors down. It's a wellness spa. And so she says, and she was actually at one of Wendy's events maybe 2 years ago. She asked a question, you know, they got onto the show, whatever. I vaguely remember that incident or whatever. Either way, she on the show. Wendy gonna break the fourth wall, talking about some it's official, girl. When she comes to the table, it's official. I guess she been trying to get on the show, child. She say, it's official, girl. You here. You have made it. You have arrived. Come on in here. Candace is, you know, impressed with her. Kiarna is from Baltimore. She's a Baltimore girl. Wendy shares how her conversation with Ashley went with them. And, of course, Candace already knows that Ashley's full of shit. And she already knows not to believe and trust nothing Ashley says. And so she's like, girl, if Ashley bringing it to you, don't even believe it. Take it with a grain of salt. She ain't coming out of love or none of that. So Candace that went through one ear and out the other. She's like, I ain't got time for that. Wendy wants them to be friends. She wants Ashley and Candace to get along because she says they all have a great time. And Candace says she has a lot of fun with Ashley too, and then she'll turn around and stab you in the ear. I said the ear. That was so random. Yeah, she don't trust Candace, and nobody should. I mean, she don't trust Ashley. Nobody should. Karen meets up with Ashley. They're on their way to shop for something to wear to the brunch that Wendy's having for the boys after church. And the store, it's a conservative store. It ain't nothing in there Ashley would probably wear. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't, she was calling it old and matronly. And I'm like, it really was giving minimalistic. And you can find you some nice pieces in there to have forever. I don't know what she's talking about. But when you can't dress, there's that. I mean, all Ashley wears titties out, ass out, sides out, back out, legs out. Like, Body Central was probably Ashley's favorite store back in the day when it was still around. She a wet seal kind of girl. That's her. She a Windsor kind of girl. That's her. Charlotte Russe. I know she was all up and through there. Okay. Anyway, she goes in there, and the dress she tries on is nice. But do you think she bought it and wore it? No. Anyway, while they're you know doing their shopping trip, Karen brings up Candace and the lawsuit and all of that, and of course she feel like, Ashley says, well, Michael ain't told me nothing, and Candace has also told Karen she will not be answering any questions pertaining to that lawsuit. So there's that. Y'all can stop asking about that lawsuit. Karen noticed that Candace's name was not brought up at all at the housewarming, and so she said, I can smell an ice out when I see one, and so yeah, we're not doing that. She gonna bring Candace up in every scene she in. I know that's right, Karen. And she said she shared that with Candace, you know, that she's noticing that they're not bringing her name up. Candace said, I would rather they not talk about me, honestly. Don't say nothing about me. Ashley, she tells Karen about her conversation with Wendy, and how she might have implied that Naka said something disparaging about Wendy and her family. She might have implied it. And Karen is like, well, what did she say, girl? She's like, actually, she didn't say that at all. I just misremembered it. No, you didn't. You dropped your little bomb. You know, you stirred your little pot. You did what you needed to do to get the ball rolling. That's what you did, because that's what you do. That's what you do. Don't sit up in my face trying to blame liquor and all of that. Karen says she got a she says she got a wooden foot. Basically, she drinks like a fish, and so don't be blaming no liquor. It ain't the liquor. Anyway, she actually says she's gonna clear it up because she feels bad that she threw that out there, and that wasn't she misrepresented what Ineka said. She gonna clear it up. All right, we got the boys' first communion. We don't see, much of it, but from what we do see, it's lovely. They do brunch afterwards. Wendy's mom, she wasn't my complexion the last time I saw her. I'm gonna just say I'm glad Wendy has not succumbed to colorism. I'm glad. I'm glad she has not succumbed to that want or desire to be a lighter shade than she is. Because that skin bleaching, it never looks natural, guys. It never looks like that's your natural complexion. Never. I'm here to tell you. I don't care if you got the best skin bleaching creams, products, whatever. You never look like you are naturally that shade. So if you thought you was giving, this is my natural glow, no. Anyway, Mama says she gonna pray. She need to be the one to pray because them her kids. Wendy looking around like, so where was I without what? That's just that. Mama says she praying, and that's just that. She go over to the table because Candace has showed up, and a few of the other girls have showed up, and Mama come over there and talking about, is Mia invited? Because do I need to get my raincoat? Do I need to move all the water bottles? What? She got jokes, and they're all like, oh, gagged by it. But I'm like, Mama, go on. Trying to have a moment. Kiarna, she comes to the brunch as well, because she was invited to the brunch. She wasn't invited to the thing, but she did invite her to the brunch when they went out for drinks. Ashley she tried on a nice dress, a very nice dress. It was appropriate. And she could have threw her on a nice, cute little blazer, and it would have been given. She could have threw her on something, or nothing at all, because, it's just Ashley. Less is more for her. But instead, she chose to come in them people's brunch with her titties out. Coming in, giving disclaimers, apologizing. I couldn't find anything. Girl, you're full of shit. I told her to get out. Or I would have had somebody go find her a shirt. You're not finna sit around my kids like that. Absolutely not, girl. What's wrong with you? Around my family and all of that. At the table. Anyway. Kiarna, like I said, she meets Karen for the first time. Ashley and Candace, are at the table, and it's looking like they're getting along. Wendy thanks everybody for being there, of course, and she really appreciates them moving past whatever they got going on to be there for her and her kids, and so she thanks them as well. And Candace is like, you know what, girl, I can be around you. I just ain't finna be friends with you. I could be in the same room with her. And Candace said, Ashley says, and I echo that, and I respect that. Karen, she invites them to play a game of pickleball with she and Ray. So bring your husbands, boyfriends, whoever you got. Ashley, she takes the moment to come clean to Wendy about Ineka and how she made all that shit up. And Candace is looking like, because she already knew. Wendy is kind of confused. Wendy's like, huh? You what? Girl, okay, whatever. Thank you for being honest. Neka and Robin, they meet for drinks. And Robin, of course, I'm getting forward to looking forward to getting to know her. And Robin asks her if she knows any of the other ladies. And Neka says that she has met Wendy before at another event. And Robin is like, oh, I thought that was y'all first time meeting. It looked like that was y'all's first time meeting. Is that what it felt like? And Neka is like, I mean, if she wants to meet me for the first time again, that's fine. And then she goes on to say that she saw her at a concert once, and that she saw her at a party, somewhere else, and Wendy was with Eddie, and all she got was eyebrows and mean stares. Girl. Okay. The whole thing is Wendy is making it seem like she's clout chasing, and apparently she's expressed this to Neka's cousin-in-law. The cousin-in-law is really close with Wendy's sister or something like that. She about 6 degrees separated from this whole situation, but she's so affected by it and so bothered. Girl, it really does sound like clout chasing. It sounds like you walking around telling people you know her and you don't. Wendy said she's seen you in passing. That's that. The fact that you're trying to make it more than that, like y'all kiki one time on the phone, or she done been around your house, or girl, seeing me out at a concert, seeing me out and about in the streets, don't mean you know me. We might know the same people. It doesn't mean you know me. That's what you say when you don't know people. Well, I've seen her in passing, but we've never been formally introduced. You clout chasing, and it shows, girl. Anyway, she starts talking about Wendy's mom, and how Wendy's mom and some of Wendy's family has been calling her and harassing her and being aggressive towards her. And Robin is just eating it all up like, oh my God, what girl? Just really sipping that stale ass tea. Because to me, Neka sound crazy. She sound crazy. Her thing is that Wendy's mother contacted this cousin-in-law or somebody and said, have I ever prayed for you? I don't know what the person said back. Maybe they said no. Have I ever prayed against you? Because you out using my daughter's name, speaking my daughter's name. You don't know her like that. For my enemies, I got a shrine where I put my enemies' names. You want your name over there? You want me to pray against you? And I guess whoever she was speaking to was just taken aback, and they done called and told Ineka that this is what they experienced from Wendy's mom. So we're going to turn Wendy. Why do I want to keep calling this lady Whitney? Whitney over there on Housewives of Salt Lake City. We in Potomac. Wendy's mom. They are trying to paint her out to be some voodoo priestess woman, really creating shrines and doing spells and things. It infuriated me because that's what we doing. These hoes will stop at nothing. And they get them getting Ineka to do it all so that it doesn't seem like it's, something that them green-eyed bandits would do. I just don't like it. Now all of a sudden Wendy's mom is into voodoo and she be putting roots on people. Ineka, get out of my face. I can't even believe they got you to do all of that. Like, it would have been an absolute no. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? It's along the lines of, you remember how back in the day, like when it came to film and television, that's all they wanted to, that's the only place they wanted to throw a black woman is in a film, is if she was the voodoo priestess, is if she was the, you know, the hoodoo lady, the crazy woman with white paint all over her face and her bones across the table and her tarot cards. It was given that, like, we're gonna make her mom the resident hoodoo woman now. Why? Because you couldn't take her down in any other fashion. They really can't stand Wendy because Wendy is awesome, and they're not. I don't like it, y'all. I ain't like it. Talking about ask about her in the streets. Her mom ain't said none of that. Her mom ain't. And if I was Wendy, I'd be suing some folks after a while. Because this might not, now you fucking with my mama. We're not doing that. Whole time, Wendy's mama over there at the brunch praying over the kids, you know, really quoting the scripture. But y'all want to say she got shrines for her enemies and she putting roots on people. Until next time. Until next time. Potomac has kind of been slow for me. It's kind of dragging. I don't know what it is. Married to Medicine got it going on. Got it going on over there on Married to Medicine. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.